from the National Weather Service. The Middleborough Fire Department quickly put out a house fire on Vernon Street yesterday afternoon. Fire crews arrived at a single-story house just after 1 p.m. They saw flames coming from the front windows. They managed to control the flames.
I'm not sure
after
if I
entering
can
the building.
get milk.
At the time of the
Leave
blaze,
it
no
in
one
the car
was at home,
while
but
we
several
wait, so you might
pets
have
were
to-
reportedly
I'm
inside.
not the running there.
Firefighters saved
We'll just have to run after we leave
Yeah.
and go somewhere we get milk.
Outside the local water district.
I'll just go to
Fire
Walmart when I
assistance
get
from
home.
nearby
Yeah, exactly.
fire departments, and they got some help from tankers from Rainham.
When I'm
and
gone, I'm gonna
Mountain in putting out that
grab
fire.
some Gatorade. Tom's working somewhere around now. They're bringing
What a
some
game and
full
what a
Gatorade.
Caleb Durbin lined a
should've
single to
brought my
center field in the
cooler for him.
13th inning at Fenway Park to score. Nick Sogard, the Boston Red Sox, rallied to beat the Chicago White Sox 12-11 last night. It was a game that lasted more than 4 hours. The Red Sox have won 10 consecutive series, and it was their second sweep of Chicago this season. The Red Sox begin a weekend series against the Athletics at Fenway Park tonight, 7:10
On
p.m.
Joey's show, which will
Minor
11.
League Baseball,
in Taunton.
the Worcester Red Sox, they romped over
Give me your
Lehigh
address. I'll
Valley
bring you guys
10-4
Gatorade.
yesterday. The teams play again
If you
tonight,
want.
6:45
Let me
p.m.
know.
Frontier League, Ottawa Titans defeated the Brockton Rocks 6-3 at Campanelli Stadium. The Rocks do have a game against the Florence Yalls, the Florence Yalls of Kentucky. That's at Campanelli tonight, 6:45 p.m. And the New England Revolution return to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough this Saturday. They play Western Conference foe Houston Dynamo FC. That's at 4:30 p.m. Now the forecast from the National Weather Service. We do have a heat advisory in effect until 8 p.m. tonight. It includes most of southern New England, sunny and hot. Heat index values as high as 101 degrees.
Gross.
Tonight, increasing clouds, lows in the 70s. Make sure you stay cool today, though. Saturday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, cloudy and sunny. It will be warm. Heat index values tomorrow in the mid to upper 90s. Chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday night, a low around 71. And Sunday, sunny with highs in the upper 80s. Headlines, presented by Morton Hospital in Taunton. They're part of Brown University Health.
The future is bright at Morton Hospital, now proudly part of Brown University Health. This change welcomes a new chapter for our community, one where Morton is empowered to truly shine. As a part of Brown University Health, Morton can continue
The rubber
provide
line.
the trusted care you depend on, supported by that lights the way. Still local, now limitless. Morton Hospital is now part of Brown University Health.
The opinions expressed on this program are those and do not express the views of WDDF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. It's time for Hometown Talk on AM 1530 and 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
Hate it.
Our phone lines are now open at 508-822-1106.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. And good morning, everybody. As I turn down the bumper music, there we go. It is 9:09 a.m. We got a lot of great stuff to get to on the show today. I have Don here once again as my co-host. Good morning, Don.
You can't shake me, Joey. Huh?
No, I guess not.
Not this summer.
No. So,
I
yeah.
know you ran around the corner and you hid behind the neighbor's house and you tried to do a Steve McQueen and sure Roscoe Pico train trying to catch you. And you just can't shake me.
So this is so this is gonna be a fun show today. 508-822-1106 is the number to call if you want to call in, talk about what's on your mind this morning. We're gonna get into a lot of great topics today. As you can tell, I'm definitely feeling the heat here. Maybe you can tell a little bit in my voice. I'm a little annoyed that it's 100, feels like 120 million degrees.
What, here?
Yes.
No, it
Yes,
isn't.
it does. It feels like it's 120 million degrees in here.
Well, that's how it is. I mean, we share the building with the restaurant, and their ACs kick on at a certain time, and
Yes.
they can't kick it on for you.
No.
They can't kick it on for me. We're not,
Sure.
that's,
Sure.
you think you're special? You know,
I plead the fifth.
you're not so special.
I plead the fifth.
No, right. It's not warm in here. It's fine. You know what? You want to go out and chill, chimney down with me someday?
No.
All right, then. You won't never. You spend like 4 hours with me tearing a chimney down. I did one.
Absolutely
One was
not.
really hot, like about beginning of July, and you'll never ever complain about this place ever again. So
Well,
that's what I'm saying. It's just like,
That's a good segue into our heat advisory.
oh yeah,
It's in effect until 8 p.m. tonight. Yay. Includes most of southern New England. Heat index values up to 100 degrees.
but that's not the real temperature index. You know, I never used to hear that.
It's a
when
real
I-
feel.
I
And
never
it
used to
definitely
hear-
feels like
I
that.
never used to
It
hear
will
that.
definitely
When
feel like that today.
I was growing up, they never had these words real feel, index. I mean, it was just, it was the weather.
Because that's how it's supposed to feel outside.
Yeah, but they're telling you how you're supposed to feel.
Well, it's definitely gonna feel like
What if
that.
I don't want to feel that way? You ever think of that? No, it's sort of
Sure,
like,
I
no,
mean-
it's just like years ago.
Like a mental thing?
I kind of think it is, because if you come out and you do your thing and they're telling you how hot it is and they're just shoving it down your throat how hot it is, you'll think about how hot it is, especially in
Exactly.
the morning. So it is kind of
Sure.
like, because if you don't know if it's that hot and you'll deal with the heat and your own will away. But if a million people are telling you, and you know who's telling you how hot it is? There's people who work in air-conditioned buildings.
Mhm.
Telling people who work outside how hot it is.
Mm.
I mean, you have detail offices around here today. That's rough. Okay.
Yep.
They're doing construction right on Broadway outside,
Yes.
and and they sit there all day and they cook.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and plus
Definitely.
all the construction, all the landscapers. My brother, he's doing a septic system, in Taunton. He's going to do a backfill. He's doing pipe work. He's out there cooking.
Mm.
He's taking good with the bad. I mean, when I was doing a chimney demo about a month ago, it was bad. I had to finish it. Today, I don't have a chimney job, so I'm not
No,
out there.
you're here with me.
Yeah, here with you. And so I'll never complain how hot it's here in the
Alright.
studio,
No, that's fine.
because it could be a lot worse somewhere else, and someone else has it a lot worse somewhere else. So you gotta always think about that too.
Exactly.
So don't cry about the weather, because you'll be crying about the 8 degrees in January pretty soon.
At least we don't. At least we don't live in Death Valley, where it's probably 120 degrees outside.
There were some snowstorms that were in Colorado in June and July.
Yeah, it's weird. The weather has been really weird this year
Yeah, yeah.
across the nation. Yeah, absolutely. So drink plenty of fluids today, please. Definitely do so. This hot temperatures are nothing to play with. High humidity today as well. That can cause heat illness. So definitely drink plenty of fluids. Stay in an air-conditioned room, which we will be in later once the air conditioning kicks in. Here, our house is all prepared and ready to roll with air conditioning.
You know what? We only
We
have
have-
one. We have one wall unit in the house,
We have one wall
and
unit,
it works.
a fan. I have
Yeah.
2 fans in my room.
That's all we need.
Plus, I have the window open.
We put it in
Yeah,
the
it's
center
really
of the
nice.
house. We put it in the center of the house. I got something from 1982
Yes.
AC.
Definitely check up on relatives and neighbors
Yes.
as well, especially the older ones.
Yes.
Young children and pets should never be left unattended in vehicles under any circumstances. Under any circumstances. Do not leave them in cars.
You know,
if it's on,
honestly,
honestly.
you figure people know, but you always hear stories. You always hear stories about that.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Happens all too much.
You know, I was running in real fast, and then
Mm-hmm.
the mother leaves the kid, and I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the AC's running, and then say the car stalls out,
Exactly.
or
Yeah.
something happens or
Exactly.
whatever, and comes back even 15 minutes later and it's suffocating.
For the people who work outside, take extra precautions. Take breaks if you need to. Definitely take breaks, water breaks, Gatorade breaks, anything like that when needed. Because again, we'll be hot outside today.
When I get off the air,
Not
I just
fun.
texted my brother and I said, I'll bring him and his guy a Gatorade after I leave here. I don't care where in town it is, but if he gets back to me, I will bring him a cold Gatorade because I've been there with him and I know how bad it can be.
Yes, so it's going to be 91 today. Actual temperature 91 today. A low of 74. You know the real problem is with the heat waves? It's at night. It's going to be in the 70s. It's not really comfortable to sleep. Luckily, I was able to sleep pretty comfortably yesterday. You told me you were able to sleep pretty comfortably yesterday.
Yeah, because I worked 11 hours yesterday. That's why
Yes.
I was wiped out.
But it's still going to be pretty humid over the next couple of nights. And we're really not going to see much of an improvement on that until Monday, and then it'll go back up into the 70s at night on Tuesday. But then you got a little bit of a reprieve from that starting Wednesday of next week. So over the next couple of days, it's still going to be really hot at night. Going to be pretty hot during the day as well, really up until Monday. I don't know if we're going to be on a heat advisory per se on some of these days. I know we were in heat advisory again today. But it'll still be pretty hot, upper 80s, low 90s, at least through Monday. And then it'll start to cool off considerably. So hopefully we get a little bit of rain maybe to cool things down.
Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it rained yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
And then after it rained, everything just gets steamy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just gets real humidity. So
Yeah.
just take it easy. I mean, it is summer.
All right. Well, Massachusetts voters will select candidates for hundreds of state offices in the September 1st primary election. All registered voters in the state can cast a ballot. However, the options on that ballot are separated by party. Republicans and Democrats must vote in their party's primary. Unaffiliated voters can pick either one to participate in. All polling locations will be open on primary election day. That is from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. We'll tell you about where to vote in Middleborough and in Taunton here throughout the show today. We'll probably talk about this again too towards the end of the month as well on this show, but definitely want to talk about it today. Again, all polling locations 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Vote by mail applications have already been sent out to every registered voter in the Commonwealth, and ballots are expected to be mailed anytime now. It says early August. Voters may remember that primary ballots are color-coded by party. So, color-coded by party. Okay, so why? So if we look at the colors, right? Democrat is blue and Republican is red. Well, on these, it's Democrat ballots have a red header and Republican ballots have a blue header. Why is that done?
What, from Massachusetts?
Yeah, why is that done? I don't get that. Because isn't the colors
This whole color thing,
swapped?
with blue and red states, I've never went for it. We're the United States, so I mean, just it's just color. So only thing I can suggest is when you go to your polling, make sure you get what you want. It's just,
It wasn't there a time,
But I could see that because it's not. Maybe the state had blue and red before all this talk about blue and red states.
Yeah.
Because they started out about, 15, 20 years ago, the whole blue and red state thing?
Well, wasn't there a time where the party colors were swapped, actually? Democrats were the red color and Republicans were the blue color. when it comes to, at least when it comes to presidential elections on the television, when you saw it,
Oh, years ago?
yeah, where it was different.
Yeah. I just like I said, that's been going strong for about 20 years. I don't remember blue and red state back in the 80s. Even the early 90s, I don't remember that. It's the media made all that up.
Hmm.
It was nothing to do with the states. The states have their protocol as far as how they want to do their ballot, their packaging. You know, it's all about packaging at the end of the day. How they want to do it, they color code. Could have been that way for years, and nothing's really changed.
Oh, hey, you know what? They give us a explanation here. The next sentence: state election officials said that the state's use of these colors long predates the association of each party with the opposite color in media coverage and electoral maps.
That's what I say.
So that's what you just said.
That's what I just said.
There you go.
It's just the media makes things up, and they're like, everyone's, oh, it's blue or red. And, you know, the states, all the states have their own different ways of doing things. Their packaging, how they want their ballots. This is sort of an unrelated situation, but I went to Rhode Island,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and I went to get gas, and I went to grab the black handle. I couldn't work, and I walk in. I says, "It's not working." No, that's diesel.
Mm.
Diesel's green. Everywhere
Diesel's
else.
green.
They do it right in this state.
Mm-hmm.
It's green. You pull up to a green pump, a handled pump, okay, that's diesel. And then usually red or black is gasoline, you know, whatever grade or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, Rhode Island, they got to do things differently. Oh, yeah. I says, almost every state. We went to Florida. We went to all these gas stations. We went on a trip to Florida. And I always, because after I went to Rhode Island, like I did it in like May, I was just like, why do you do that?
Yeah,
So
that's
so my
not good.
moral of the story here is just, I think every state does things differently. But
Exactly.
on the state level, before the press, you know, makes everything about them,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
I think I remember the.
and it's best to ask a question. You know, I always ask it here. Just a Democrat, if you're not asking questions, you're not following up, and you're just going and voting and not following up if you're not sure, then you deserve to get the wrong vote.
I think it was CBS presidential election coverage. They had a year where they had Democrats red, Republicans blue. This was one of the years where it was just like a complete blowout in the election.
Yeah.
I think it might have been 80 or 84. I'm not sure what year, or 76 or something like that. Or 72. It was one of those years. It was definitely where it was a blowout election. So it was one of those years where it was a blowout election. And you didn't see that much red. You saw a bunch of blue. And at the time, for the CBS thing, that meant Republicans were winning.
Yeah, again, that's what they make up. Their industries make. That's not how the states work. That's not how the feds work. I mean, it's the states. No, it's the states run the election. So just know that, you know, a state agency, the voting agency, the Secretary of State's office is how they run the election. Isn't necessarily the way that you know, then these media corporations show the footage. And I gotta say one thing too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Voting a lot of years, and Secretary of State Galvin is awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
He's
I was privileged to meet him last fall.
Mhm.
Actually, do you remember meeting him?
Yes,
yeah,
I did.
He was at one of the barbecues there, and just consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Every election's good. I mean,
Absolutely.
you hear about those.
There's
states-
never any problems with our election.
No.
Mm.
I mean, when people jump up and down that it's rigged, it's not. Not in this state anyway.
Not in this
It's
state.
the only state I vote in.
Yeah.
It's the way the elections were always handled.
Mhm.
I never really had the most I've ever had to wait in line for an election is half an hour.
Yeah.
So here goes the press. They go and find maybe, and it's all about volunteer. So, you know, say a couple of people go sick and they couldn't go into a polling
Mhm.
situation. So that's why you'd be waiting. So the press nails that. They go in there and say, find the line. You know, they got failers out there. Find the longest lines, and we'll go put footage on it and show that, you know, and then we're gonna say it's disproportionary there, and then they just make lies and it's just like, it just seems like they just wait for something to fall.
Yeah.
And then they get it on film.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, no one else is. I mean, there's wet floor signs everywhere, and and then I don't know. It's just never had a problem voting in the state, and I just think the national press just makes it all worse, in my opinion. Don't fall for it.
In this primary, voters will not decide on the state's 9 ballot questions. So those will not be on the primary ballot.
Are they gonna be on the general?
They will be on the general. Yes. Those will appear statewide in November.
That's usually the case, isn't it?
It's usually the case.
Yeah.
Because of the number of questions, election officials said the general election ballots could stretch to 2 or 3 pages.
Oh.
So you're gonna get a lot of pieces of paper when you go into the
Right.
ballot box.
Right.
in November.
And it's always and they have them too, because I've sat down with your grandmother on a few of them. There's like it's like a test. It's like a test in a way. They you read about the questions and it tells you if you vote yes, it's this. If you vote no, you really got to memorize it, because the way, and I think they do it for legal reasons or whatever, the way they phrase the question or the answer or what another question, you may think you're voting for something. So you really have to take your time, and you only vote every once in a while. So I think most people, it's not run in and just vote real quick. You need to do your homework.
Yeah.
Can you research things and check things out? Make sure those questions are something that suits you and your family and your way of life.
Yeah.
And then just go like, it's so easy. I've never been bamboozled. People come out of the debate, I got bamboozled. The questions, no, you did not read the question.
You didn't read the questions.
You didn't read the questions.
Exactly.
You didn't follow up. You didn't do anything. You just went in and assumed it was this, that, and the other. You listened to his buddy who was wrong.
Yeah.
And they come out and then they always complain after the fact. You know what? You drive over a nail, you get a flat. We got to complain later.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our commercial break, and we're gonna take our sports break. We're gonna take a sports break. Play some sports news from Chris.
We'll play football in the studio.
Yes, I want to play some sports news from Chris. Then we're gonna play our town hall news. Then when we come back, we're gonna go over the important races in Boston. We're gonna go over the important races in Bristol, and we're gonna go Bristol County. And we're going to go over the important races in Plymouth County that will be on the ballot in September. For everyone out there to vote on.
Did you watch the debate?
I did watch the debate. Yes. Maybe we'll have some thoughts about that.
Any columns?
Do you have any thoughts about the debate between Ed Markey and Seth Moulton? Give us a call, 508-822-1106. We'll be back in about 7 minutes.
Time now for a check on New England sports. In Major League Baseball, Caleb Durbin lined a single to center field in the 13th inning at Fenway Park to score Nick Sogard as the Boston Red Sox
He does a pretty good job.
the Chicago White
Sports.
Sox 12.
But I think he admits that you're the absolute master.
I know. I can
kinda-
talk about any sport under the sun.
But I'm saying he kind of I think even Chris acknowledges that.
Because I can talk about any sport under the sun.
Yeah, you just, and you know it too. Yeah.
I come prepared
Yeah.
with stuff.
Yeah.
Even golf. Like I'll talk about golf. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll come prepared for it. We'll do like a 20-minute seminar on golf, and I'll be prepared for it. I just like to talk about it when it comes up to the Masters in April.
The Ottawa Titans defeated the Brockton Rocks 6-3 last night at Campanelli Stadium. The Rocks have a game against the Florence Yalls.
So we got a place. That's
Campanelli tonight, 6:45.
You should
Okay.
have it, all right?
Yeah, so we're gonna talk to Mark today. Yeah, maybe we can get Thursday off too.
I'll ask him.
I'll ask him.
Yeah. Tell him we're going on another train trip.
Yeah, and then we'll be back Thursday night for sure.
Yeah.
So I can do Friday.
Yeah. or even Thursday afternoon or whatever.
Yeah,
you know. What I want to do, if it's okay with you, is I want to, after I'm done with them, I'll drive to Springfield and then grab that Vermonter up to Burlington, and then Burlington, then take Ethan out to New York, and then move back to Springfield via Long Island. We can, maybe we can stay at Mickey's. We get one hotel, and then maybe Mickey will put us up in the night. It's not one hotel in New York.
New England Patriots open the NFL preseason next Thursday against the Indianapolis Colts at Gillette Stadium. Kickoff set for 7:30 p.m. And in semi-pro football, the 4-1 Middleborough Cobras return to Battis Field. They'll take on the undefeated Haverhill Hitmen in a North Atlantic Conference battle.
Behavioral
NFL playoff implications.
That should be a fun
That's football?
matchup.
Is that football?
Semi-pro.
6 p.m. Visit
Semi-pro.
cobrasfootball.com for ticket info.
The Middleborough Cobras are good.
And there is a
They won the
Canadian
championship
football
last year.
game on
They're really good.
CBS Sports
They're really
Network
good.
tonight at 9 p.m. As
Probably a
the
favorite to
Ottawa
win again this
Red
year.
Sox visit the Saskatchewan
Off to a good start,
Roughriders.
4-1.
The Hamilton Tiger Cats are at the BC Lions on Saturday evening.
Yeah, when I get home, I'm just gonna go to Walmart. I'm gonna grab Mama's card, and I'll grab my
Check
card.
on
So
WVU
All right, I'll give you a list.
Sports
I'll write down a list.
for this
Might go twice.
Friday.
Yeah.
I'm Christine.
Exactly. I'll give you a list of stuff.
yeah, and if it hopefully, and we'll make dinner.
Reviews this hour from Town Hall. Ahmed Thomason.
I'll give you a list.
The robust American job market was anything but robust in July. The Labor Department reports employers unexpectedly cut 23,000 positions. The unemployment rate slipped to 4.1% last month as people left the job market. The fines imposed on Facebook and Instagram's parent Meta just keep piling
Is that
up.
Citizens Bank open on Sunday?
$546 million
I think it's
penalty
open.
issued by
I think it's
a judge in
open 7 days a
Mexico
week.
found that
Maybe we'll go
Meta
to,
failed
on
to
Sunday and
check
take
out
care of that. I wanna go
platforms.
there. We'll just go to
Meta
Eastern
begs
Bank.
to differ,
Yeah.
and it will appeal.
Deposit that money and
Charged with starting
Because we might need
the
to
devastating
do it again
Spokane
Sunday
wildfires.
because,
Police say the suspect
I gotta pay those guys tomorrow and I gotta buy some tires. It's gonna be a little bit more, but let's add up what we used and get that in, and then we'll start trafficking, all right?
And planned it for weeks, according to court documents.
I think we did pretty good considering everything we got done. I didn't expect Tom to drop the machine off. I mean, I gotta clean up the mess, but I mean, just getting all that stuff hooked up was huge.
kind of bent over and looks like they were
Think about the labor
towards the
it
tree
saved
line.
me.
Resident Paul Child is credited
Yeah.
with leading police to the suspect after spotting a man.
I don't know, those guys are
standing by some
coming, we're
railroad
probably,
tracks
we're
and
gonna be
acting
lucky if we get,
suspicious.
we're gonna work on the basement in law school, we're gonna clean the
Porch
basement out
out
tomorrow.
there, and she
Yeah.
sends the fire.
I'm
Yeah.
Jennifer King.
Definitely needs to
Ukrainian
get.
long-range drones in
No,
a warehouse in the Ural
cats
Mountains
will have
belonging
way
to
down
Russia's
there.
largest online retailer.
But I'm throwing all the pots and pans unless they're a big, huge pot,
From the
I'll
border.
go in the trash.
Senator Lisa Murkowski.
Not gonna eat out of anything that's down there, unless it's a big industrial pot,
Coming
you know what I
out
mean?
against
Or something like that. We'll keep-
Or something with a cover.
Has to do
Yeah.
with President
Yeah.
Trump's proposed
Yeah.
weaponization
Which probably-
fund, which Blanche
Much of
already
nothing.
pledged.
Tossing everything away.
Yeah.
On Wall Street,
Yeah.
ahead of the opening bell this morning, Dow futures are up
All
173
going.
points. More on these stories. Town Hall.
But if we get down there by 10 o'clock, it'll be cool down there.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
Well, I gotta get a couple new tires for one, and tire for the wagon. And all the mowers will be 100%.
Then the IRS came to
Good
collect.
Started getting letter after letter, a lien had been filed against
I'm hoping I
me.
can jump on the mower later when it cools down the last hour. Daylight.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima
Get
Tax
some more,
Relief.
man.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off, they picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask like 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The Saudi-led coalition supporting Yemen's internationally recognized government says 11 civilians have been injured in a Houthi attack in southwestern Saudi Arabia.
The attack in Najran marks the most serious cross-border incident in more than 4 years of conflict. It comes 2 days after the Iran-backed Houthis said they'd carried out a drone strike on Najran airport. Tensions have escalated in recent weeks, with the group stepping up attacks on Saudi Arabia and Yemen's internationally recognized government, amid fears of war spreading across the Middle East. Riyadh has been striking Houthi military sites for weeks since the group imposed a naval blockade in the Red Sea and attacked Saudi tankers and oil facilities.
The BBC's Thomas Kadevasai. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says trade negotiations with the United States have turned nasty after President Trump derided America's neighbor and its leadership while threatening to expand tariffs. News and analysis at townhall.com.
Hey, restaurant, when it comes to great food,
I talked to the guy who was here yesterday doing the website with Paul. Is the owner of Devour Now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I talked to him. His name is forget his last name. But his name is Steven or Stefan. Yeah.
Commission-free online marketing,
He's a nice guy.
Are they out of Taunton?
I don't know where he's out of. I think Quincy. He said.
Well, he advertises on Town Hall.
His company. Yeah, his company is what did I say? His company is national. I talked to him. He's interested in doing a radio interview in. I told him either November or December, around Thanksgiving and Christmas, around the holidays. Business now, because he does, he does meals and stuff like that. He's kind of like a his company like delivers meals to people and stuff like that.
That's what Devour Now.
That's basically that's part of it, yeah. And then the websites as well. They do that. Here you go. Welcome back to Hometown Talk. It is Friday, August 7th, 2026. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. A little hot. It will get a little bit hotter, unfortunately, but whatever. I'm fine with that, I guess. I want to acknowledge. This happened last week, but I want to acknowledge the passing of Vinny Pastore. Great American actor. He was in The Sopranos, playing, not going to say his actual character name, I'll just say Salvatore Bobbinzero. And you can, if you watch The Sopranos, you can connect the dots what his actual character name is, when it comes to what they call him on the TV show. Anyway. He passed away on August the 1st. Just a great actor. He was in much other stuff than just The Sopranos and other movies as well.
One of those character actors that, if you went on a movie binge,
yeah,
even stuff from the 70s and 80s, you'd probably see him as a character.
I've seen him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he was on Goodfellas too, maybe. I'm not sure if he was part of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure he was. Anything that came with a mob movie like in the 90s and early 2000s. And, we talked 2000s, 26 years ago. So that's it's a big area. But, great character actors. Just, turn that story into real life. It's unbelievable. The craft and some actors and actresses out there, they're just unbelievable.
Yeah, we lost several members of that cast, and all of them were great characters on that show and great storytellers. James Gandolfini was.
Yeah, well, David Chase.
David Chase was great.
Put it all together.
Put it all together.
And
Tony Sirico.
Yeah, just talking. Obviously, James Gandolfini got more money than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But when they had like a strike, and James Gandolfini paid the whole cast out of his own pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who does that? Who does that? So that's huge. I mean, he plays such a psychopath, and but in real life, you hear that he was just a real good person, kind person, and it's funny how a character can be engrossed into a character. He was talking about how he used to walk around with, like, little rocks in his like little small pebbles in his shoes, and that would aggravate him enough just to get that aggravation scene
Yeah.
across the finish line.
And
Yeah.
he was great in those kind of scenes.
Yeah,
Absolutely
but, I mean,
amazing.
that was his secret too. He
Absolutely.
put, like, little pebbles and walk around that, and it just you ever have pebbles in your feet, in your shoes, it's just kind of aggravating.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the other characters in there as well. As we mentioned, Tony Sirico. Tony Sirico, if you ever watched the episode Pine Barrens, that is peak Tony Sirico and Polly Walnut's character work right there.
Oh yeah, it's
Absolutely peak stuff.
I mean, not be a spoiler, but it was his bad timing and bad thing that got him into that. If you ever watched that, but that was directed by Steve Buscemi.
It was. And Steve Buscemi ended up being a really big character in The Sopranos.
I think he lasted a season before they
Something like that.
Something
Like that. Yeah. Famous people that we know today got their start in The Sopranos. Lady Gaga was in an episode of The Sopranos, which is hilarious to me. But she was. I don't know if she had any lines. She might have had a line or two in this episode that she was in. But yeah, she was in there. I mean, yeah, it's great. It's a good show. Definitely check it out if you're into that stuff.
Well, if you're into it, but
If you're into it,
but
yeah.
if you're not into that
Yeah.
language and violence, then
Definitely.
then don't watch it. So,
Yeah, exactly.
so people, it's tough to stomach.
Yes.
It's tough. Any of those mobster movies, they've been violent.
And they start.
But I mean,
They start with that stuff right off the bat, like into 15 minutes into the first episode.
that's what I'm saying. If you don't have a stomach for that, I wouldn't go near it.
No.
But I mean, that's the real. I mean, if you're storytelling, you have to. It has to be. It has to be reality. It has to be
It's good.
how it
Reality.
is. It's
Yeah.
just you
And
can't.
David Chase was
You can't
great.
sugarcoat. You can't sugarcoat stuff like that.
No.
If you want to sugarcoat something, then you can get a nice comedy. Get a
Because
cheap
that's
comedy or something.
that's the reality of that life. That's absolutely the reality of that life.
I mean,
A lot of what happened in that show.
no, yeah.
Not everything, there's some things probably embellished and things like that. But a lot of that.
But then you get someone like Steve Scarippa came on and does Blue Bloods.
To go from being a pivotal character in one
He was
series.
he was kind of he started out as like a pathetic character.
He was.
Bobby.
Yes. But
and then
he
he turns into
one of the most important characters towards the end of the show.
he's almost Tony's right hand man at the end.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and does Blue Bloods, and then there was another movie. He was on The Irishman with remember The Irishman? We watched that movie.
Yes.
With what was Stevenson? What's his name?
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson.
Yeah. And he was in The Mandalorian too, by the way. His last acting role was in The Mandalorian. He was I've seen some episodes of that. He's really good in that too.
Yeah. But I mean, The Irishman was really good. It takes place 1970s Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Real story, by the way.
Yeah, it's a real story. And Steve Shariffa played a role.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was
Vincent D'Onofrio, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome in that movie too.
Great.
Vincent D'Onofrio is just a great.
No, well, they're just good actors, but I mean, it's sad when you hear them about passing because
Absolutely.
you think, well, what are they gonna do? I mean, you just go back and look at their characters. But
Exactly. And and Vincent D'Onofrio was in one of my favorite war films of all time, Hacksaw Ridge. He was great in that.
I mean, you have actors out there who, like Mel Brooks. He's still alive.
He's still alive and still doing a lot of great.
Well, he's been
movies out
working
there.
on Spaceballs too.
Yeah, and that's coming out next year. At the end,
Yeah.
I think at the end of next year too. So that's going to be should be a great movie.
So he's
Rick
on.
Rick Moranis is going to be in that too, I
Oh,
believe.
yeah, he kind of retired from.
He did
from
for a
acting
while.
because he had to take care of his family.
Yeah,
But,
he's back and he's still really good.
Yeah, you can't have Spaceball without Rick
No,
Moranis.
you really can't.
Was it Doc Helmet? His name was.
You really can't.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he was. Yeah, I mean, that was funny. He was really great in some of the other stuff as well. I believe he was in Ghostbusters, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, maybe.
I had to look that up. Yep. And Louis just arrived.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for Louis Laura and Voices of Our Region at 11 a.m. this morning. That's
Yeah.
coming up.
He's here, so it's going to be a live show.
So he's here. It'll be live today.
I've been all his guests. So I've been having a great opportunity to be with Joey this summer, which is great. This is the best thing I could ever do. They don't see me too much on the winter time, but only on the weekends. But if we got a day I can come in and we'll go host, it's great. We have a lot of fun doing this. And Louis always has these great guests, and I've met meet them all when I come in. So definitely stay tuned for 11 Voices of Our Region, right?
That's coming up.
Hosted by Louis
Coming
Laura.
up very soon.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
So 11 a.m. this morning. As I look up the cast of Ghostbusters, I'm trying to see who was actually in that real quick.
I don't think Rick Moranis was
Maybe
in.
not. No, he was.
Oh, he
yes,
was?
he was. Yes, he was.
Okay.
Louis Tully.
Oh, all right.
He was hilarious in that film.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. It was great. A really great cast, by the way. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver, by the way, I believe is also in Star Wars. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't think you told this audience about the Kushner Guthrie show we saw on Saturday.
Oh, we will get to that. Absolutely in the second hour. Was Sigourney Weaver? Isn't she in like new Star Wars material, or am I just?
No, she is.
She
In,
is?
she is in the new movie that came out in May.
Okay, yeah. So she's in a new movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, she can do everything. Sigourney Weaver
She
is
played.
great.
She played a leading role. She played not a leading role, but she was the commander of the rebels or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm trying to convince Joey over here that that movie was awesome.
I'll watch it.
I use
I'll
all
watch
the
it when it
guru
comes
words
out.
for kids. It's really not. And
I'll watch it when it comes out on Disney Plus, which should be before the end of the year.
so I
I'll definitely watch
tried to get him to go. He wouldn't go. My thing is, all right, and I'll go. I went by myself because since 1977, when I was 11, when I was 10 years old, I've seen every Star Wars theatrical movie, and it was 13 of them.
Mm-hmm.
When they came out, with the 3 original, you got Star Wars: A New Hope, you have Empire Strikes Back, you got Return of the Jedi, and then the prequels came out. You have Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, and then between the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith was a Clone Wars cartoon, which came out in the movies, and then that. And I've seen every Star Wars movie in the theaters that came out. Not the TV shows, not the series, but the movies that came out. Seen every movie, and that's just my thing. That's my tradition. I'll continue to see them until I can't see them anymore. But that is like something I've always wanted to do. And I just went by myself and watched it. It was great. I got to eat stale popcorn at this place. It was great.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, you get some other great actors and actresses in Ghostbusters as well. The first one, Harold Ramis, the late Harold Ramis there.
I think one of his first major movies, was Stripes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun watching movies, especially when you watch a movie you're together with your family and you're laughing and. Yeah,
absolutely.
Those are good times. Those are family times. You sit down, you're watching a nice movie, and everyone in the room is laughing.
By the way, over the next couple of weeks, I'm sure you're going to hear us talk about Star Blazers because we now have a Roku TV. We have
I don't think anyone knows what Star Blazers is.
Well, we'll probably talk about it because we'll watch the entire series and probably have thoughts about it.
Yeah, but this isn't a Star Blazers show.
No, it's not.
You
But
can't talk about Star Blazers the whole
I'm sure you're gonna want to.
They gotta be calling. So can you talk about Toronto? No, you can talk about Middleborough or not Star Blazers for 2
I'm
hours.
sure you're gonna want to at some point down the
Between
road.
talking about the dead daisies, Chris talking about the dead daisies for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, by the way,
You know, and then
we wish all me and Don, we wish all the good vibes and good health to Glenn Hughes, who's dealing with all those health issues right now.
well, his tour schedule
Health
the last
issues.
10 years
Has been a
insane,
lot.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
So, all right, let's get back to what we were talking about before our news break, which was the Massachusetts 2026 primary election, which is coming up on September the 1st. So that's coming up in just about 4 weeks from now. The deadlines, a lot of the deadlines have passed. Well, actually not really. The September 1st primary election deadlines. Voter registration is August 22nd. That's the deadline to register to vote. Vote by mail application is 5 p.m. August 25th. And early voting is August 22nd to August 28th. Now that might be a little bit, I don't know if this, I think this might be for like Boston area. So early voting may be different in other places, like in Taunton. I don't know if the schedule for that has been released yet. Or for Middleborough, it might be different for those two. But when we have those, we'll definitely be talking about that throughout all of our shows here on WVBF. For the election deadlines for the November 3rd election, voter registration is October 24th. That's the deadline there. Vote by mail is 5 p.m. October 27th. That's the deadline there. Early voting period is October 17th to the 30th as well. So we've been we were talking a little bit about prior to our commercial break at 9:30, the debate, Don, between Markey and Moulton, and I watched that. I thought it was all right. I thought it was all right. Was it the best debate I've ever seen in my life? No, but they had some hard-hitting questions for them, and they had, I think, some answers I thought were good. We're good there. But Don, you watch it.
I watched a little bit with you.
What was your thoughts?
I you know what? They both. I don't know. I don't know what my thoughts were. I can tell you how I feel, which I don't maybe I shouldn't. But,
I think they talked about a certain person too much.
no,
A certain president of the United States too much.
I just think that's what people.
I think, in my opinion.
I just think people is what they want to hear, but
Because I just feel like
you got
tell us what you're gonna do
But
the state.
But who's already working with Congress
Mhm.
with the opposite party right now? Ed Markey.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's already working. I mean, and I wish for a lot of people are independents. Okay, who could like help Markey out
Mm-hmm.
and vote for him. Okay, get him across the finish line. They should really talk about what he's done.
What
and
he's done for the
what he's
for the
done.
state. Yeah.
Because it seems like Seth Mullen, the only thing he was doing is just like, just what has he done? I mean, they're both.
Exactly, and they went back and forth on certain votes about certain wars and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, is that Moulton's like MO? I mean, a lot of Democrats did vote for the Iraq War.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it is. But
yes.
But I know Ed Markey was kicking and screaming. He didn't want nothing to do with war.
Exactly.
He's always been consistent about that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not lying. He's not, he's just, he's not like, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Even if it wasn't popular, he didn't like it. But
Yep.
at least he had the courage to stand his ground.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, in my opinion. Even if you're a Republican, okay, and whatever, you could be a Trump lover, but I think that he's consistent.
Mhm.
And you never get, I mean, other than Scott Brown, the state ain't gonna vote Democrat, Republican.
No.
No way. You know what I mean? I don't know who he's running. I don't know who the Republican guy is. I have no clue who's
So it's John Deaton.
running.
I don't.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God, he's another. I did watch the Seth Moulton and John Deaton thing. And like, first of all, they put the cart before the horse. Okay,
Mhm.
that's the right thing. You gotta
And he lost by like 35 points to Warren.
huh?
He lost to Warren.
Yeah,
Deaton did by like 35 points.
because again, not Mikey. Deaton and Seth Moulton did a debate. I think it was about a month and a half ago. What Seth Moulton think he's going to win against Markey? So you why would you debate the Republican guy? Obviously, whoever wins something, then he votes the Republican guy.
And Ed Markey has pointed this out as well. He has several mayors from Seth Moulton's district supporting him.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I don't know what will happen in November, in September, everybody, but it's
I'm not sure if this is frowned on, but people who are independent can go and take a Democratic ticket
mhm.
and vote and vote for either
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, it's like I know Senator Markey said he was going to do one term. I think he did mention.
He said
that.
he was gonna, if he gets reelected, that's it.
Yes,
That's
yes.
his last
It's done.
term.
It's my last hurrah. And it's funny too about you can get rid of a president or whatever. It's every 4 years, but you know how much stuff they got going on. As far as their work.
Yeah.
So I mean, now all that's gonna be uprooted.
Yeah.
For the new guy. You know what I mean?
On the Republican side for governor, we have a primary coming up on September 1st. It's Mike Minogue and Brian Shortsleeve.
Yeah, short sleeve. He's got more. I've heard his radio ads more. I think he's got more money for
And
advertising.
he was, I believe, a former MBTA general manager. I
Ooh,
believe.
short sleeve?
I believe so.
Really?
I believe
That's
so.
nothing to be proud about.
That's not really anything to be proud of. Exactly.
Why don't you just have your?
Let me double check that. I believe he.
No, I think he told me that. What?
I
What
want
during
to double check.
during the Charlie Baker administration, when he didn't care about the MBTA
I don't know.
and left the mess for Maura Haley, which she did the
Yeah.
right thing by
I just want
bringing
to
in
double check
Philip Yang. What's his name? Philip Ning, right? What's his last name?
Yang.
Yeah, Philip. Yeah, the general manager, and he's also the transportation director too. So
Okay, well, it doesn't really say on his
Well-
PDS site. I think he was. I believe he was. Yes. Former MBTA guy. Which does that really help him? I don't know. Anyway, so there's that. It's Mike Minogue and Brian Shortley. I've seen more Mike Minogue commercials. I really have,
have you?
in my opinion. TV commercials.
Oh, really?
I've seen a lot more of him. Yeah.
I
I haven't seen any Brian Shortley.
You know what? Even
I don't watch TV
Even if
now,
you don't like
so.
the governor, you should keep her for Philly Yang.
Exactly.
I mean, he's done such a good
He
job
has.
with the MBTA, and
I mean, it's going to be the same thing for lieutenant governor too. I mean,
Kim Driscoll.
it's probably a foregone conclusion, that one.
I can't see those guys getting in. I can see
No.
a re-election. when
Attorney General Andrea Joy Campbell and Mike Walsh. That's what that's going to be there. Secretary of State is running unopposed, so he's
Cool.
Bill Gavin. He's going to oppose. He's not.
Yes,
He's going to win, obviously.
because you know why? Because you can't get anyone who's better than them.
Exactly.
You just can't find them.
Exactly.
They're not for that job.
Not for that job. Exactly.
All right? I mean, look at his record. Look at how good all the Massachusetts elections
mhm.
and everything else he. I mean, most people think about Secretary of State for the elections.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking about it's so much other stuff that they do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, good luck finding somebody. You can't.
Deborah Goldberg for treasurer on the Democrat side, Republican side, Elizabeth Dione, and then auditor Diana DeZoglio. I want to make sure I pronounce that correctly.
Is she running again?
She is running unopposed. So she will probably get reelected.
Unopposed?
Unopposed.
What's
She's
that
running
like?
unopposed. Yeah.
Somebody who wants to run against it looks at the job they're doing and is like, you know what?
Real quick, we'll just mention the ones on the representative side that have primaries. Democrat side for the 1st district, Richard Neal and Jeremy Whalen. That's the primary there. For the 4th district, it's Jake Auchincloss versus Jason Paulus. On that side, that's the 4th district. That's the Democrat side. 5th district, Kathleen Kark, Tarek Samanin, and Jonathan Paz. That's the 5th district. That's the primary there. 6th district has a ton of people on the Democrat side. Looks like they're running. Beth Anders Beck, John Becca, Jamie Belcito, Dan Coe, Dr. Maria Lancaster, and Triam Nyan. Yeah. That's the 6th district. 7th district. Okay, nobody did run in there. 8th district, Lynch, and he's facing off against Roeth. And then the 9th district, Bill Keating is taking on Craig Swallow. So there you go. We'll go over the local races, and then we'll go over the voting locations for Taunton and for Middleborough in the next hour, but it is 10 o'clock. We're going to go to our news. Give us a call, 508-822-1106. What do you think about some of these races, especially locally? 508-822-1106. We usually don't get into politics, but, we're getting into a little bit of it today because, I think it's warranted because of the primary coming up. Like I said, I don't usually like to get into politics, but if there's a primary coming up, there's a general election coming up, and there's information that people need to know, I will definitely do it.
I'm a big believer on consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Just be consistent.
Yeah.
If you say you don't like war for 30 years,
Mhm.
then
Exactly.
you don't like war.
Exactly.
That's your position.
Be consistent.
Be consistent.
All right.
If you're flipping flopping around like a fish out of water, that doesn't do anything for me.
It doesn't. No. 10 o'clock. We'll be right back.
We are AM 1530, WVBF, Middleborough, Taunton, and W259DB, Middleborough Center, 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
Breaking news this hour in Town Hall. Amit Thomason. The robust American job market was anything but robust in July. The Labor Department reports employers unexpectedly cut 23,000 positions. The unemployment rate slipped to 4.1% last month as people left the job market. The fines imposed on Facebook and Instagram's parent Meta just keep piling up. The latest one, a $546 million penalty issued by a judge in New Mexico, who found that Meta has failed to protect young people on its platforms. Meta begs to differ, as it will appeal. Charged with starting one of the devastating Spokane wildfires, police say the suspect has confessed.
Aaron Farinacci is being charged with first-degree arson for allegedly sparking the Gold Trails fire in Spokane. County Detective Michael Drapost says Farinacci confessed to the crime and planned it for weeks. According to court documents, he looked up the work of a serial arsonist and purchased items to make an incendiary device. Police say Farinacci told them he knew it was going to get bad, but claimed he didn't intend it to grow as much as it did.
We got more ice over here. I'm going to steal this ice.
Resident Paul Child is credited with leading police to the suspect after spotting a man standing by some railroad tracks and acting suspicious.
My daughter was sitting on the porch out there, and she says there's a fire.
I'm Jennifer Cage.
Ukrainian long-range drones hit a warehouse in the Ural Mountains belonging to Russia's largest online retailer at the site of the attack, more than 1,200 miles from the border. Senator Lisa Murkowski has joined fellow GOP Senator Susan Collins in coming out against Attorney General nominee Todd Blanche. It has to do with President Trump's proposed weaponization fund, which Blanche has already pledged to kill. On Wall Street, ahead of the opening bell this morning, Dow futures are up 173 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere, just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. The lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The Saudi-led coalition supporting Yemen's internationally recognized government says 11 civilians have been
Luggage
injured
carousels.
in a Houthi attack in southwestern Saudi Arabia.
The attack in Najran marks the most serious cross-border incident in more than 4 years of conflict. It comes 2 days after the Iran-backed Houthis said they had carried out a drone strike on Najran airport. Tensions have escalated in recent weeks, with the group stepping up attacks on Saudi Arabia and Yemen's internationally recognized government, amid fears of war spreading across the Middle East. Riyadh has been striking Houthi military sites for weeks since the group imposed a naval blockade in the Red Sea and attacked Saudi tankers and oil facilities.
The BBC's Thomas Kandevasai. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says trade negotiations with the United States have turned nasty after President Trump derided America's neighbor and its leadership while threatening to expand tariffs. News and analysis at townhall.com. Federal investigators are looking into a communication breakdown involving the president's helicopter.
The National Transportation Safety Board and Federal Aviation Administration are examining an incident Tuesday involving Marine One as it departed with President Trump on board. Protocols require a ground stop when the presidential helicopter flies near Reagan National. The pilot tried multiple times to reach the tower, but the transmissions were unclear. Controllers later warned of departing aircraft, and Marine One held. Officials say the president was never in danger. Willie Nelson, the White House.
The Justice Department says it has received a Senate committee's contempt referral for Dr. Anthony Fauci, is reviewing it, and will work with the Senate accordingly. The Homeland Security Committee has voted to hold Fauci in contempt of Congress after he repeatedly refused to answer any of the panel's questions during last week's hearing on the COVID pandemic response. Fauci took the fifth more than 100 times during that hearing. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Okay. Do one commercial.
WVBF is your hometown radio station. And one of the things we like to do to support people in your hometown is to run community announcements. If you do belong to a nonprofit group or organization, or if you're an official with a city or town government, send your community announcements along to our email address. It's safe, it's fast, and allows us to get right back to you if we have a question. Send your community announcements to WVBF1530@hotmail.com. That's WVBF1530.
Oh, I guess Taunton has a community piano.
Thank you for listening. Your hometown radio station is AM 1530, WVBF, and 99.7 FM.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to do 305. Enter.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
Okay. Trying to find all of the election results. I mean, all the stuff here. Governor's Council. Oh, here we go. State Senator. I think think I found it. Good. That's what we want, right? So. Norfolk, I'm KPIs, 5th district. Okay. Alright, there we go. There we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. And welcome back as we get into the second hour of Hometown Talk here. I am Joey Driscoll, joined by Dawn once again. Dawn, you ready to get into some fun, happy local elections now? Now that we talked about the state and the federal, and what's going on with that, we're going to talk about the polling locations too, where Taunton and Middleborough residents who are listening to us can go vote in the September 1st primary as well.
You know what? The last election was it the Tony Lopes did a lot of the. You helped Tony do a lot of the political ads here at the station.
Yes.
Because usually AM station, particular station does a lot of ads, and I remember was it just last year you were helping Tony do some ads?
Mm-hmm.
It was on off season.
Yes. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So that's going to be missed anyway.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I know you really helped him out. You always you called him, you come in, and you learned a lot too doing the political ads, and that was a wealth of knowledge that you'll have for the rest of your life. But but when they run the commercials, it's really mostly around election day, right?
Yeah.
You don't have too many commercials around primary, do you?
No. Well, it's probably not going to happen this year.
Well, you should probably be in the works by now, wouldn't they?
It wouldn't be. It would definitely would be. Absolutely.
Yeah, be November. You'll hear all the political commercials.
Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're only going to go over Plymouth County and Bristol County, because if we go over everything, we'll be here all day. So we're just going to go through Bristol and Plymouth County, because those are the two counties that we're concerned with. All right. So state Senate first. First district for Bristol and Plymouth County. Gabriel Amaral was a Republican. Manny Sylvia, a Republican. Michael J. Rodriguez, a Democrat. So it looks like there will be a primary on the Republican side for that district. Now we go down a little bit. Plymouth and Norfolk. I don't think there'll be a primary for this one. Looks like Patrick Michael O'Connor is running unopposed. Well, there probably will be a primary. There's a primary. There's going to be a primary for all these, but he's running unopposed. He's the only name that's going to show up in the primary. Then we go down here to the next Bristol or Plymouth one. I can go down here. There we go. Bristol, Plymouth and Barnstable district. Dylan A. Fernandez, a Democrat, and Carrie D. McCrae, Republican, for the Plymouth and Barnstable district. The second Bristol and Plymouth district, Mark C. McGottney and Robert S. McConnell, Republican there. Mark McCondy is a Democrat there. Then we go down to the second Plymouth and Norfolk. Michael D. Brady running for re-election. He's running unopposed here. So there you go. Go down here. Third, Bristol. Kelly A. Dooner running unopposed.
What for?
For the Republican side.
Primary,
yeah, for the Republican side running unopposed. Doesn't look like there's a candidate running against her.
Yeah, what for the general?
For the primary.
Oh, primary, yeah.
There's no. It doesn't tell me a Democrat candidate on that one. Just a Republican candidate on that race. State Senator District 3rd, Bristol and Plymouth.
Well, there's
just one.
There wouldn't be
candidate.
there wouldn't be a primary for Democratic because there's a Republican in So it would be the general, so whoever's running,
Uh.
which might probably be, most likely it'll probably be.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
it might be a rematch from 24.
it could be.
Yeah.
But right now it says for the primary candidates, Kelly A. Dooner, Republican.
Yeah.
On this website at least.
That was Moxie.
Okay.
Mark Pacheco.
Let's see here. And that's all it says there for that one. State rep. There's a lot of state reps here, so we'll
Things,
try to go.
things get really interesting after the primaries. They really do.
It does.
That's when the fun starts.
Absolutely, it does. Like I said, we're only going to go through Bristol and Plymouth. So let's see here. Where are all the Bristol and Plymouths for the House? Probably at the end here. As I go down here, a lot of Middlesex District. Okay, so it doesn't. Okay, well, that's an incomplete list for sure. So I'm sorry that we didn't get through the Senate. We don't have time really to
Well, a lot of them are on
get
a,
through.
primaries is a different animal.
Exactly.
A
Some
lot of unopposed.
some of these are going to be unopposed on the Plymouth and Bristol side. Some of these are going to be unopposed.
Yeah.
Um,
So after the primary,
So-
then all the strategy starts
Mhm.
as far as trying to win a general.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fascinating how, just watching the elections from years past and just the way, it's like a chess game. It's like a 3-month chess game.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I believe there will be some primaries, contested primaries in Brockton. So keep an eye on that. Listen to Stand Up Strong
Yeah.
every Sunday
yeah,
at noon
yeah.
because I believe there are contested primaries in Brockton.
Yeah, anything
For sure.
you want to know about Brockton as far as dissecting anything politically in Brockton, as far as anything, that's the show to listen to because they really dial it in as far as, and they talk about other things, but they're both Tony Branch and Ed Miller. They're both from Brockton, and that's pretty much what they talk about a lot.
Yeah,
is in Brockton. They do they do enough national stuff too, in their opinions, but you want to get the nitty gritty on Brockton and the politics and what's going on. That's the show to listen to. Stand Up Strong noontime on Sundays with Ed Miller and
Bishop Tony Branch.
Branch.
All right, so our polling locations, and then I promise we're done with elections for today. We spent the majority of the show today talking about it, but it's important.
Well, you got to think about it,
And you got to think about it. It's important. Definitely go out and vote, even in the primary, because I think it's important.
Right.
This election cycle and the next one.
I'm
That's gonna be very
not
important.
sure if it's frowned upon for independent to, but I mean, independent's independent. So,
Independent, it says on the thing to take either side.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're looking at it,
Mhm.
this is as far as I'm concerned anyway. If you're looking at a two people running, say for instance, Ed Markey and Seth Moulton,
Mm-hmm.
and you really got to look at what incumbents really go a long way as far as what they have in the works, because they get so much in the works. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
elections are great, and you got to do them, and I understand that, and
Yeah.
whatever. But just so much stuff's in the works, and now you got to uproot all that and bring another guy. I mean, that's our way we do things. But
Mhm.
it's just like I don't think the state's calling for somebody. No, it's not like
No.
I mean, you do a bad job, yeah. The public's got to throw you out, but
Exactly.
if you're not doing a bad job, I mean, you got this guy trying to muscle in, and he's as far as Mark, he's just using the age thing, and I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I mean, there was a state rep we had, she was older,
Mhm.
and her opponent tried to use that, and it's like it's non-factor.
It is a non-factor.
It's a non-factor. Give me a break.
Ed Markey's still in really good shape health-wise.
He's not.
So that's really a
You're not asking him to show up and roof your house.
Yeah.
You ask him to represent the Commonwealth
hmm
and the U.S. Senate.
Yeah.
Uh,
And Ed Markey has an ability to reach across the aisle
he
and
has been.
work with people
I wish
across the aisle.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what he's done with Ted Cruz. That example A, he's worked with Ted Cruz on several things.
Right.
So, that's my concern.
I
Yeah.
understand about a general election in Massachusetts.
Huh?
Democrats mostly got to win. This is, I mean, and that
Mostly, majority.
John
probably.
Deaton.
Probably. Yeah,
No.
no.
Okay. To me, the only
let's
thing
see.
in play,
Mhm.
as far as what I personally want to get across the finish line, is to vote
Mhm.
and grab my ticket and get the incumbent over the finish line.
Exactly.
Because maybe 6 years. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
It's just not. It's.
I don't know.
I don't think we're at a point where we need to shake things up right now.
No, but it's just like
This is my opinion.
all right. I will go back and watch. Is there another debate? I think there's one more, isn't
I
there?
don't know.
We'll look that up. We'll do it.
Seth Moulton kept bringing up his rail plan, the high speed rail plan and things like that. That is gonna get shot down so quick. That ain't gonna. That doesn't have legs.
No. You know what? It's what the governor's doing. It's the governor's job, and she's doing it. She's putting together what we have.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're just talking points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there any reality to that? Take what you
There's
have.
absolutely no reality.
Take what you
to the
have
plan.
that's already built
Uh-huh.
and improve on it.
Yeah.
All right. And then once people start taking transportation, and
Yeah.
I think all the different agencies. I'm a big fan. I think that the MBTA should be the only transportation
Absolutely.
segment in the state. It
Yeah.
should be one big umbrella for everything, and it should all be
Yeah.
connected.
They need to take this one step at a time. They're already focusing on the battery EMUs for the Fairfield line, Fairmont, sorry.
Yeah,
The Fairmont line,
That's
which
only like 11 miles.
I guess is going to be
That'll work.
in 2028. Yeah, but they want to see how good it works before they do anything
I
else
always
with
think-
high speed
I always
and
think
electric.
Philip Yang
What's
thinks
the
outside the
concept?
box, because I really think that, and this comes back to Taunton over at East Taunton with the neighborhoods that are complaining about all the noise and the diesel.
Yeah.
The train sits there because they want a shuttle, but I mean, you go back and you look at the River Line, and they got these Swedish diesel units that are light rail. And why can't you just have like some, and they're on regular tracks down in New Jersey on the River Line. They share tracks with freight trains, and the signal system sets up a lot of that line. Not all of it, but
Yeah.
a majority is a single track situation. So it's like a commuter rail. It is a commuter rail, but they run the light rail situation. Maybe that won't work for an express train into Bedford, but if the train drops, if say they're going into Bedford and that's the shuttle that's going to Fall River,
Yeah.
they should maybe try to run those smaller units for like off-peak times.
Yeah.
Because I just think about, you got the full engine with all the emissions that go with it. You have 5 carriages, and I can guarantee if you got on the train at West Hingham at 11 in the morning headed towards Greenbush, there'd be no one on it.
Yeah.
So I think, in my opinion, if they, and it's a lot of money to wear and tear to run all this stuff. But I mean, if you can go with the lighter rail diesels and they're not really that bad too.
No.
And just make sure you build them so they line up with the platform. So if the platform, and then they do, I think they do. And why wouldn't you have something like that? Why would you buy a few of those and set up just your shuttles? Just have your shuttle lines, and maybe even put them on the Fairmont line.
Yeah.
But you don't need a huge engine. You just don't. It's not for the shuttle runs, in my opinion.
Give us a call, 508-822-1106. Tell us what your opinion is on all that. And tell us your opinion on what you've heard today so far.
And if consistency is your thing, then you should vote accordingly as far as
Vote
consistency.
accordingly if consistency. If you want to seek more consistency,
I don't know why I'm just poking the bear here, but it's just
But,
you know when
I don't know. It's important.
when Seth Moulton was talking about the war, you know, the votes he did or whatever.
Mm.
Give me a break. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's just, you know.
Well, I'm sure
Because-
we'll. I'm sure once we both watch. I've watched the entire debate. But once you watch the entire debate, you'll probably have more thoughts, and we'll have another segment on this at some point down the road.
Well,
Maybe there's another debate.
Ed Markey doesn't like war. He's always been that way.
So we'll see what happens with that. Real quick before we reach the 10:30 hour, our election locations. So we'll start off with Middleborough. The election, of course, the state primary is September the 1st. Last day to register to vote, Saturday, August 22nd. For that, there are some changes to the voting notice of changes, and that is polling location changes effective for this election coming up. South Middleborough Fire Station was the former location of one of the voting locations. This is for Precinct 3. The new location for Precinct 3 is Middleborough High School, 71 East Grove Street in Middleborough. And the 5 and 5A precincts. A former location was at Council on Aging. And the new location will be at the middle school, Nichols Middle School, 112 Tiger Drive in Middleborough. So here is all of the locations, the polling hours for Middleborough. Precinct 1, Oak Point Clubhouse, 202 Oak Point Drive. That's in Middleborough, of course. Precincts 2, 3, 4, and 6 at Middleborough High School. That is 71 East Grove Street. And Precinct 5, 5A, 7, and 7A. That is John T. Nichols Jr. Middle School, 112 Tiger Drive. Polling hours are for state elections and for the primaries, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Middleborough. For Taunton, primary election, of course, is September the 1st. The ballot, the polling locations are as follows. This is updated as of March 26th of this year. Ward 1A is at the former temporary City Hall, 141 Oak Street. Ward 1A1 is at the former City Hall, again, 141 Oak Street. 1B is at West Congregational Church, 415 Winthrop Street. 2A and B is at the Senior Center at Only, that's 30 Only Street. 3A and B is at New Elizabeth Pole School, 215 Harris Street. 4A is at Joseph A. Martin School, and that's 131 Caswell Street. 4B and 4B1 is at East Taunton Elementary School, 58R Stephen Street. 5A and B is at former Coyle Cassidy Building, that's at 2 Hamilton Street. 6A and B is at the Taunton VFW, which is at 82 Ingle Street. 7A is at Mulcahy School, 28 Clifford Street. 7B is at Bennett School, 47 North Walker Street. 8A is at Benjamin Friedman Middle School, 500 North Avenue. 500 Norton Avenue, 500 Norton Avenue. That's Benjamin Freeman Middle School. And 8B is at the Taunton Elks, which is at 775 John Quincy Adams Road. So there you go. Those are all your election places there to vote in Middleborough and also to vote in Taunton. Please, if you're registered to vote, go out and vote on the primary, September the 1st, and definitely the election, the general election. Not only is it big for Massachusetts, but it's big for the country.
Yeah, we have
And we have ballot questions.
and
9 of them.
And yeah, but that's not until the.
We'll go over that sometime in October.
Right, but I mean, it's really important, really do your homework as far as, our US Senator. The Senate.
The senators,
What do you want to send to Washington for 6
exactly.
years? You really gotta think it out. Watch the debates, you tell me who you think is good,
Exactly.
look at the records.
It's very important.
It's, you
Absolutely.
look at local mayors, and if they're not for somebody, why?
Yeah.
Why, why are you for this guy and why are you not for this guy? So you gotta deep into it, because a debate isn't really gonna change your mind. It doesn't change my mind, but,
Mhm.
some people can really debate and some people can't. They just, some people get flustered because they're not debaters.
No.
The doers.
No.
You know, a lot of people just get taken out by debates, and that's great if you're a fast talker. Look, Chris
Yeah.
Christie, great debater, but
Absolutely.
you know,
So
what
let's-
else? You know, but that's all he is.
Yeah, well, it's 10:30. We're going to take a sports break here. Listen to Chris Keach talk about what happened yesterday in the day of sports, which pretty exciting day, by the way. We'll have some thoughts on that too when we come back. We'll be right back. Nine.
I like to talk about the Mulo a little bit.
We're going to do that coming out of the break. Yeah, we'll do that coming out of the break. And then to end the show, I'm going to just do sports.
We gotta do like 10 minutes segment on sports.
10 minutes. I want 10 minutes. So we'll do the move over law for about 13, 14 minutes and then
another ad and then wrap it up with sports.
wrap it up with
You gonna
sports.
talk about yesterday's game?
I am. Yeah. We're going to do one commercial and then we're actually going to come back because we have a caller.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool.
Ordering and delivery, Devour Now
Who is
has
it?
got you covered. Devour Now has
Hi, caller. We'll be right with you.
no setup cost. There's a delivery solution you've been hoping for. Go to
Oh,
getdevournow.com to request a demo and to get started today. That's getdevournow.com. Commission-free online marketing, ordering, and delivery.
You have a jump button, right?
3, 2, 1, 0. And we're back. I lied. We're not doing the sports segment right the second with Chris Keach because we have a phone call. So we're gonna say good morning, caller, and how are you doing today?
Oh, for Democratic Cowboy, I'm just trippy. Hey, listen, I went to the Diner restaurant yesterday, right? The
Yeah.
Diner in Middleborough,
Yep.
and it's fantastic. And they got a hamburger down there called the Duke Burger. Named after John Wayne.
Oh, Dave's Diner.
Yeah, oh, Silver, how are you? Good to hear from you.
Yeah.
So they had the Duke Burger. So I was there, and this guy was talking about Dory Funk.
Yes.
So we lost Dory Funk.
Dory Funk passed away this week. Yes, I heard about that. That's sad. You know, just a couple of years after we lost his brother.
Him and Terry had the #1 tag team battle of the NWA.
Mhm.
They fought Joey and Jack Briscoe.
Yeah. It's, we're losing a lot of our heroes in the wrestling world over the past couple of years. You know, Hulk Hogan. The Funk brothers there, Dory and Terry. A lot of wrestlers have passed.
Oh,
yeah.
The #1 battle between them and the Briscoes. They shaped the NWA with that battle, the National Wrestling Alliance. So, and then there's this guy on cable, right? This guy, I don't know what he's an English kid or something. He's telling everybody that Vince is going broke.
I severely doubt Vince McMahon is going broke. just saying. I don't think so. I think Vince McMahon is set for life.
No, I don't think so either, Joey. I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Tonight is going to be another maybe 50,000 or something. But the upper deck is not filling up. And And we had a name for that upper deck, but we can't tell it on the radio.
Yeah. What's been going on in Brockton over the past, last time I talked to you, Democratic Cowboy?
Oh, I'm telling you, I had this woman last yesterday on the phone here, on my phone, and she's still knocking Manny Rodriguez. They won't leave that man alone.
Yeah. That's a topic I won't be getting into here on the show. But definitely listen to anyone out there that wants to, kind of learn more about what's going on there in Brockton. Listen to Stand Up Strong, because that's very important to do so if you want to get all the the Brockton news. Here we go. But Democratic Cowboy, I gotta let you.
Noon time.
Noon time at 12. Yes. Yes.
And a couple of women said to me, if Manny wants to put his arm around me, he's welcome to. I love the man, she says. I don't know why they're making a big thing out of this.
Well, Democratic Cowboy, I'm going to let you go, but thank you for giving us a call here for a couple of minutes. I will talk to you soon.
I'm out here in the kitchen. I'm going to cook breakfast in a couple of minutes. I'm going to have Morningstar Farms vegetable stock to make.
My father used to give us make dough cakes, and they were really good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just regular dough cakes.
Yeah.
That was good. It was like a.
Hey, what's your name? Come on up and see the wrestling in September.
Yeah, let us know. We'll come up.
Let us know.
Yeah,
let us know in September.
Come on up and see the wrestling.
Yeah, well, let us know. Let us know where it is and what time, and we'll make an appearance.
In September, I don't know, but the Breakthrough show, I can't make the Breakthrough show. I hate to miss Tony Atlas.
Well, when you can make it.
I can't miss the break. I gotta miss the break. Oh, and by the way, Ryan Drew jumped off a cliff. I don't know where it was, but Ryan Drew is 2 waters. He's a high diver. He jumped off a cliff. They're doing.
So yeah, let us know in September. But we can let you go. Thank you, Democratic Cowboy, for giving us a call today, and we'll talk to you soon.
You're welcome, Joey. Have a good day and weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. You know what would be a great place to hold a wrestling show, Don?
Where?
The Moose in Braintree.
I don't think they got the. I mean, I think wrestling's tricky as far as where you can set up.
Sure.
Obviously, you need a mat, right?
You need a mat. You need a ring.
Yeah, I mean, you need a mat. You need a place that has a mat.
You need a mat. You need a ring. I mean, that place is kind of, I think, big enough.
Yeah, but you need a place that has a mat there already, right?
I'm sure they have one.
Well, I don't know. You know
In
what's funny
storage.
too? I mean, there's got to be people set mats up.
I'm sure they have one in storage.
A wrestling and mat company that comes in and sets up a ring for a rental or something. Yeah,
A lot of people go to that place, so I'm sure a wrestling show would do pretty well there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
Whatever. Leave it to the Democratic Cowboy.
enough fantasy booking where we want
he'll
wrestling shows to be.
He'll let you know. But I wouldn't mind meeting the Democratic Cowboy for the first time and maybe sitting through a wrestling and hanging out with him. He's been calling for years, so
Absolutely.
he's definitely a staple of Taunton radio for sure, right?
All right.
And we appreciate, loyal listener, loyal.
Don.
Consistency, there you go. Consistency. Yeah.
Don, I'm going to hand the microphone over to you.
Don't leave me. I want to have a back and forth with you. Don't leave me.
I'm going to hand it over to you.
Don't leave me.
For like 2 seconds because I need to get my iced coffee because I am sweating.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hand the microphone over to you.
Okay. Move over law. Very important. Just try not to forget about it. Those lights, you can see them half a mile down the road. Try to move over. If you or somebody in another lane, keep in mind the person in the right hand lane got their directional on, and you see any kind of emergency vehicle up on the right lane, and that's normally what it will be, a pull over or an accident. Sometimes you get problems in the left lane, but let that person move over. Just you gotta think. It seems like a lot of people driving around, they're all in a coma. It's all about them. It's all about where I gotta go. They're just focused. They got like a circle around them. They're just like They're just thinking about themselves and where they need to go. And that's not, as a professional driver, that's not the way you drive. It's not the way you drive it. You know, it's give and take. It's just that. That's how, it's just like, I was on Route 3 coming home last night, and they're working on the North River Bridge there. They have one lane down. And emergent situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what blocks it up is when people get to the end and no one merges. Like sometimes if the left lane goes a little faster than the right lane, the people in the right lane think, oh, you should have gone home and waited. So when you get up to the merge, the guy on the right lane's got, you know, it's got a hair across his butt. And then they don't let him in. They don't let the people in. And then it just gridlock it. I mean, gridlock it. So, I mean, there's a lot of people out there drive around with spite, meaning, oh, if you get in front of somebody, it really makes people mad. It does. There's people out there. If you pull in front of them, that's it. They're mad at you for pulling in front of you or passing you. There's just a lot of demented drivers out there. I watch all this, and it's just like, and then you get people in and out of traffic, zigzagging. You have take a Route 24 situation with 3 lanes, nothing in tow in the left-hand lane. Period. No trailers, no bike trailers, no campers, no tractor trailers. Nothing in tow means nothing in tow. And a lot of people don't know how. I mean, if you've been driving and you get pulled over and you don't know that you're not allowed to camp in the left lane, that's a passing lane. So two lane situation.
Nothing in tow, meaning anything. So if you're towing a refrigerator, you can't even tow that.
That's a 3 or 4 lane. That's a 3 or 4 lane situation. Okay.
Yeah.
2 lanes. Yeah, it's only 2 lanes.
Mm-hmm.
You can pass, but doesn't mean you stay in that lane and you camp out in that lane. And
No.
And there's been a lot of things I've been seeing from different agencies that don't camp out in the left lane.
Mm-hmm.
They call it camping out in the left lane. So you pull over, you get around, you get back in your lane. But that's why the state police ride the left-hand lane on a 2-lane situation. 3 lanes, they're right. But if it's 3 lanes from Route 24 all the way up to 495, Route 24 is 3 lanes. Most of 495 from Bridgewater, Middleborough, Raynham, all the way to Salisbury is 3 lanes. So you can't have nothing in tow, no campers. And then you see people towing campers, speeding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, and then you drive like clowns, and then they have to pull you over and ticket you or warn you for something you should already know.
Yep.
And then the state police are out there risking their lives to go talk to a clown who should know better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, I just don't understand. I was behind somebody, and I'm surprised the statey didn't tell him, move over, get out of here. But the guy was looking for directions.
Yep.
And then it started plugging up over to the rotary, and then I could tell the cop was looking back, and the guy wasn't getting it, and he looked a little frustrated. I don't think he wanted to be a jerk and tell him to beat it, but I would have.
Yep.
No, that's just me. But move over law is very important. Just
Absolutely,
pay
I agree.
attention. I mean, there's crashes and crashes and crashes. They're still happening. The state police woman died a few years ago. Not going home to her family, not going home with kids or mother. It's just like just pay attention.
Just be careful and pay attention.
Rule law's there for a reason.
Yes.
Okay, and just let them do their thing and just get around and just relax, because the jerk who passed me double line, guess what? Guess where I met him again? At the next red light.
At the next light.
I pull up to
That
him. How you
happens
doing?
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, you just did a hairy carry crossing the double line, coming inches from hitting the guy just because you're not doing 90.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Don, I gotta ask you a question. Should tour promoters, concert tour promoters, have backups for a band that cancels 5 minutes before a show?
No.
Should they have backups? No. Why?
You're there to see that performer.
Yeah, but
What are you gonna pull Guy Smiley out of a box and sit
Isn't
him into it?
isn't it just a waste of time for the venue to have a show get canceled 5 minutes before it was supposed to go on the air?
Well, human, anything can happen. I mean, why is the said person sick or whatever? They must have got sick or something happened, or they tripped, or they fell down a set of stairs, or whatever, or they had some bad food. Or, touring. Think about touring, okay? 9 times out of 10, when you cook at home, you normally don't get sick. But and even at the best restaurants, just eating takeout or just eating to-go stuff or just eating out in general, it can just push you in the wrong direction as far as your stomach. And if you're older, then you tend to have more stomach problems than you do when you're younger. You don't have the iron stomach,
Absolutely.
So no, just whatever. Just you got to keep in mind too. Any of these performers are a little older. You got to expect a cancellation.
Oh, absolutely. That's happened quite a bit recently.
I think they push it too much. In my opinion, I think just you got to know when to retire. You know what? My attitude is this: save your strength, save your strength, and put out albums. Go to the studio, hang out, and at least you hear about people having strokes and heart attacks because the scheduling,
the touring
it's too rugged. It's too intense, and a lot of people. I mean, you go look at what they tour. It's every single night. It's every night. It's you're on a plane, driving. You just nonstop.
Guns N' Roses, for example, they've toured pretty consistently for the past decade. Pretty consistently.
Yeah, with no new album to back up.
That's another whole issue that we won't get into today. Please put out an album, Guns N' Roses. We've been waiting a decade.
Yeah.
Anyway, another name I could say that for, who's been touring like insane amounts, probably since day one, is Joe Bonamassa. He tours.
He's young though.
Yeah, sure. He's young.
He's not even 50. I think he's just 50 now.
He's young. I get it. But he tours so much.
Yeah, but he can handle it though. He's in his, I think he's late 40s or 50s. He's not in his 80s.
No.
But you know who tours? Who seems like nothing ever bothers him?
What?
Paul McCartney.
Yeah, Paul.
Because
exactly,
you know
Paul McCartney.
No, we've talked to Joshua Libretta about this off air and on air interview him.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Beatles started, their touring schedule was insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
They couldn't breathe. They couldn't do nothing. So Chachi said by the time, so they started, 62, but they were really going at 64. So you're talking about that's 6 years between 64 and 70. Or say say 71. They didn't tour, but they toured heavily in the 3 years, I think, or 2 years. But those from 64 to 66, they've really, they probably did 5-6 years of touring in 2 years.
Yeah.
And then putting the albums out. And then a lot of people, they say 1970. Yeah, late 1970, almost into 71. I think that's when it's just the touring. But you got people like Paul McCartney. I don't know. He's just, and he's good too.
Yeah.
It's not like the new album is like, oh, we can hear him now. No, it's really good.
No. Yeah.
So some people, they went through the trenches. They know how to manage a tour. They know what to eat. They know there's a whole hodgepodge of things that you need to kind of know before you go on tour. That's going to get you through the tour because you don't want to be that guy who cancels it.
No.
Wasn't Chris talking about the Barry Manilow show that got canceled?
Barry Manilow is almost mid-80s at this point. So
yeah, but I'm sure he does a good job.
Yeah.
But his stomach issues.
But he's not healthy anymore. Not as healthy as he was.
Well, he's 83. No, it's not that he's not healthy. He's just an 83-year-old person with 83-year-old problems.
Exactly.
That's, you can't say, oh, he's sick. He's just not. No, he's 83 years old. So he has 83-year-old problems he has to deal with on a regular touring schedule.
Rod Stewart too, or
you don't hear about him banging out, do you?
No.
No.
He's up there.
Yeah.
Rolling Stones, they're up there. You don't really hear about too much about them.
They gotta be touring when me and you are gone.
Keith Richards will still be alive.
Keith Richards would be here in 100 years. Yeah. He's like the Twinkie. He's like the Twinkie in the fallout shelter. Really,
It blows my mind.
Yeah, well, that's good. Good for him, though.
It blows my mind how he is still here.
Well, good for him.
Because if you read all the stuff that he has went through in his life, oh my god, no comment. Just go and research that.
I know Chuck Berry punched him in the face.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Because Chuck Berry and that genre of music was the Rolling Stones' idol.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, to work with Chuck Berry, even if he's, because I saw some on YouTube and he wasn't getting it. He's screaming at Keith Richards. Keith Richards looked like a little schoolboy because this guy is his idol and I'm getting yelled at. I mean, I've jammed with my friends and my other buddy who was just my other buddy who wasn't getting it, and the one who's screaming, not screaming, but just like, you get it wrong again. And when I jam, we're on each other pretty hard.
Yeah.
We're not nice to each other because we want to be really.
You want to be perfect.
You want to be perfect.
Exactly.
And if you're singing and you sound like, which I can't say on the radio, it just
ruins it.
Well, you got to hear about it.
Exactly. All right, 9 minutes left in the program. 508-822-1106 if you want to call in and talk about what's on your mind this morning. We do have 9 minutes left, so you still have time to call in. Oh, by the way, if you're in Raynham or in Taunton or in Middleborough or anywhere near Raynham, go out to the Summer Fun Run tonight. Not tonight, sorry. Monday. I forget it's Friday. I don't know why I said it was tonight.
Yeah, hopefully the weather.
It feels like Monday. It's Friday though.
Yeah, hopefully the weather lifts so it's not sticky and stuff.
Monday. Go out there on Monday night. 6 p.m. Sign up. 6:30 p.m. race start. $2.
I want my $2.
2 mile or so.
I want my $2.
Course, great course, and fun event as it always is.
It's on King Philip Road, right?
King Philip Road.
So if you drive, so that starts at 6. So if you happen to be driving around
King Philip Street, I'm not sure.
Yeah, King Philip Street. So in Raynham, just keep in mind that you got runners. So just keep in mind.
Be careful when you're out.
Well, a lot of people can listen to the show and they happen to drive through there, and then we got all these runners. And one thing we talked about, actually, I think we talked about with Jim when he called. He called last week. Oh, was it Friday or was it Monday? Or whatever.
It might have been either a Friday or a Sunday.
I've been telling him. He hasn't shaken me. I've been on the radio with him a lot the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But when you run in groups, it's more safer than if you run by yourself.
Absolutely, it is
because you see more groups.
Absolutely.
And then I think just passing one person, most people have a tendency of slowing down more if there's a group of people. And that's all in all safety, in my opinion.
All right, we got to talk about these 2 games that were on yesterday. Oh, man. First off, the NFL Hall of Fame game. Wow. That was the best NFL Hall of Fame game they've ever put on.
Oh, that was all last night?
Yeah, that was the best Hall of Fame game they ever put on.
It was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was so good. That game was awesome. A last play of the game, touchdown run by the quarterback. Gutsy run there for Carolina Panthers backup quarterback. And he will be the backup quarterback. After that performance, no way. Just give him the backup quarterback spot like right now.
That's what's so great about the preseason because you use rookies and people and then you can see how they really play.
Yeah.
And who they play? The Cardinals too?
They play the Cardinals. And the Cardinals have great quarterback play.
They just happen to lose at the end. But,
I think the new guy, the rookie for Arizona is really, really good. Carson Beck, who played in Miami. He just missed out on a national championship win, but he is really, really good. And he showed it last night against Carolina. Just had that one final second play that propelled Carolina to that win. That was just so gutsy and such a great win and a great performance. And a great Hall of Fame class, by the way, this year. You have Luke Kuechly of the Carolina Panthers, who is going into the Hall this year. Drew Brees. Drew Brees is awesome. Drew Brees is a class act. They were telling a story. About why he chose New Orleans. Why he chose to sign in New Orleans. There was 2 teams that were courting him. I guess he had gotten injured, and he was coming back from an injury. I believe he was originally drafted by, I believe it was the Chargers. He left the Chargers, and he was being courted by 2 teams, the Miami Dolphins and the New Orleans Saints. He and his agent met with Sean Payton in New Orleans, and this was immediately after Hurricane Katrina. He, saw all the devastation there in New Orleans and the community, and he just felt compelled to sign there and to play for the New Orleans Saints. I think that was a really powerful story that he told yesterday on the broadcast. If you're watching the broadcast, that was just a powerful story and why he chose to sign with the New Orleans Saints. And of course, it was a good decision because they won the championship, and he's now in the Hall of Fame. So that was awesome. Adam Vinatieri, of course, is now in the Hall of Fame as well. Adam Vinatieri, of course, New England Patriot, and great field goal kicker for us. Just amazing stuff. He's now in the Hall. He is the 3rd kicker all time to make it to the Hall. 3. Only 3 field goal kickers are in the Hall. 3 of them. Which, again, kind of tells you how important that position is. Only the best of the best get in. Field goal kicker, outside of the quarterback, is like one of the most important parts of a football game. It really is, in my opinion. So, great game yesterday. Great broadcast, by the way. I listened to it on Peacock. Great podcast. Great broadcast. The Patriots and the Seahawks, the first game of the season, that will be on Peacock as well. I'll definitely be watching that. That should be a fun one. That's in Seattle. Of course, Seattle will be lifting their banner in front of us, which will probably make a bunch of Patriots fans very angry. But just go out there and get the revenge. Go out there and have a good game and beat Seattle.
It's always next
Week
year.
1.
It's always next year, right?
I'm sure the Patriots have had that game circled on their calendar since that was announced. That is the game, probably the most important game of the year, right off the bat. They want to go out there and win that game. And I think they will. I think they have a shot at doing so.
Well, you're talking about the new coach who came in and brought him to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
I think it's a big deal, anyway.
I think it's going to be a good year for them.
He's a good coach.
And I gotta talk about this other game too. The Chicago White Sox and the Boston Red Sox game last night. That was a thing of beauty. That ending was a thing of beauty. 13 innings, and the Red Sox defeat the White Sox and sweep them. They've won 8 straight. Just they're beautiful. Beautiful. The Red Sox.
Beautiful, baby.
Because it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Over the last 6 weeks,
Yeah.
what the Red Sox have done has been nothing short of amazing. The Red Sox have went from a team that was dead, cold and dead, and not doing much of anything, to a team that is red hot and probably a team that will make the playoffs. So we will see what happens over the next couple of weeks with this Red Sox team.
Boy, you changed your tune from just 3 months ago.
Two months ago, I was saying this team. Yeah, 2 months ago, I was saying this team was done.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying it.
So you're technically a fair weather fan, then, right? Sort of, kind of.
Aren't we all?
Well, think about all the people who went with the Patriots season tickets when they were losing and they showed up every week. Every week. Oh, we have faith. We love you. We'll win someday. and then they win. Then they turn into a dynasty. So yeah.
Sure. All right. Well, 10:59 a.m. Let's say goodbye, everybody. I hope everyone enjoyed today's program. A lot of great information that we talked about today about the
Talked
primary.
about the election.
We talked about the
politics
election
for
a
the first time.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't usually do that on our show, but I think it's important. The primary in the general election this year, I think it's really, really important.
Consistency.
Consistency
Consistency.
is what we were talking about today.
If
That's
a
so
candidate
important.
is consistent, even if you don't like what he's done, if he's
Mhm.
consistent, he's a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
So go out and vote on September 1st.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Dinner, chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
KFC all the way. Hi, buddy.
Good. How you doing? What you got today?
My granddaughter Cameron.
Hi, Cameron. How you doing?
And this is Greg.
Hey, Greg. How you doing? How you doing? What you guys talking about?
Mr. Driscoll and Joey Driscoll.
Yeah. What we got?
Today they're going to talk about the future in education, the challenges coming forth.
Yes. Are you did you graduate this year?
They just graduated.
Oh yeah.
He's going to go to Purdue.
And with you,
I love Purdue.
Tom Hunt?
Yeah.
How about you?
Labor Department says employers got 23,000 jobs.
Oh, did
Yeah, she's going to go to Merrimack College for nursing.
So what hospital? I asked all the people.
Hey, Joe, what do I do with this?
What you? a lot of
You can just put it
people-
aside. Put it over there or on the floor. One of those places.
You just bought this, you know.
Yeah.
You told me you bought it.
It's funny you say that because my father-in-law died in November, and then the hospice, and the hospice nurse comes. You gotta have these sort of psychiatrists in the way too.
I'm gonna have Greg's father is coming in later, so all those are working.
Everything is working except the host mic, I think. I don't know what's going on with the host mic. Mark says it works. I don't know. I'm hearing otherwise. Saying it doesn't. I don't know.
So this one's not necessarily working.
Not that I know of. I don't know. I have to test it at some point, and I will. Down the road.
Good, yeah, it sounds like you are. You know, public speaking, be witty, a little bit, just listen to him, he's the best. He's the greatest. All right, Louis, good to see you.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Joey, I'm gonna go bring Tom some Gatorades, 'cause he's working.